I wanted to define a doula. A doula is defined as a trained and experienced professional who provides continuous physical, emotional, and informational support to the mother before, during, and just after birth. I am not a big fan of that definition because it leaves a very important person out. Where's my clicker? How do I click it?
Forward button.
There we go. The true definition of a doula should be a trained and experienced professional who provides continuous physical, emotional, and informational support to the mother and her partner before, during, and just after birth. So when you tell your partner that you want to hire a doula, they usually have all kinds of questions and concerns. So I'm going to do a countdown of the top 5 questions and concerns that I hear from partners. Number 5, we can't afford a doula. So let's think about this for a second. As other people have said today, how much did you spend on your wedding? Or just the cake alone? What about your honeymoon? Or all this top-of-the-line baby gear you're buying? Is the birth of your baby not as or even more important? So partners, they usually love to see the numbers. So studies say that doulas lower cesarean rates. A cesarean birth costs an average of $10,000 more than an uncomplicated vaginal birth. Having a doula may also reduce the needs for interventions and pain medication, and an epidural can cost over $1,000. There's another study that says doulas increase breastfeeding rates. Formula costs between $650 to $2,000 a year. Even Medicaid has taken notice to the cost benefits of having a doula, and they're covering it in some states. Doulas in our area charge between $400 and $800 on average. But if you still feel like you can't afford a doula, find a doula that you and your partner connect with and ask her if she will make payment plans over the course of several months. Maybe she'll barter. Save money in other areas of your life. If it's important, if having a doula is important to you, show your partner where you're willing to save that money. You can even add the cost to your baby registry. A lot of family members are excited to help you with that. Number 4, we are taking a childbirth education class. Won't we learn everything we need to know there? You're going to learn a lot in your childbirth class. They're a great start. You're going to learn everything from phases and stages of labor, to timing contractions, to questions to ask the hospital staff, to knowing when to go to the hospital, to comfort techniques, to signs that are normal and abnormal, the anatomy, to breathing techniques, to what to pack for the hospital. That is a lot to remember for your partner as they're watching you work really, really hard in labor. All of those comfort techniques you learn, like massage and counter pressure, and when to do each of those and how to handle back labor. Doulas are there to show them each one and take turns, so that when their arms are on fire from squeezing your hips for over an hour, we can give them some relief. Some of these techniques take 2 people, and what if you need some physical support behind you and emotional support in front of you? And guess what? Not every birth goes exactly the way that you learned in class. Your birth is very unique. What if something comes up that you didn't learn in class? What is your partner supposed to do? How should they react? A doula is your partner's resource, kind of like the birth Google sitting right next to them. A doula's job is to know all of these things. We're right there to remind your partner of everything they learned and prepared for. It's kind of like taking a test. Your partner can study the entire 9 months and prepare for the big day, but having a doula is like having the answer key right beside them. Number 3, we will have a nurse. Yes, a and a nurse is an amazing resource once you reach your birthing location. She is there to take care of you and your baby. She will monitor the baby and take your vitals. She'll be in and out of the room throughout her shift, doing her charting and talking with your doctor, and even taking care of other patients. And at the end of her shift, she leaves, and you start all over with a new nurse. Doulas are there the moment you're ready for us until just after birth. They come to your home so we can help your partner recognize what phase of labor you're in and you don't rush off to the hospital too soon. We're there the entire labor, never changing shifts. We're there so your partner can take a break, go to the bathroom, eat something. That way you're never left alone. We're there for the two of you, physically, emotionally, and informationally, not medically. We'll remind your partner of the questions to ask the staff, to look at your birth plan, to ask for labor equipment. We understand it can translate basic medical terminology, and remind your partner to consider other options, and we can help them be your advocate. Number two, having a stranger there will invade our privacy and intimacy. Doulas try their best to get to know you before your birthing day. We take the time in our prenatal meetings to talk to your partner about their needs, fears, and expectations. A doula is not there to get in the way of your intimate experience. We are there to help make it happen. You can bond together and focus on each other if you are both being taken care of, and all of the other details are being handled by someone else. Doulas know when to back off or even leave the room, and we can be really good at kicking everyone else out of the room too. If you want your moments captured, some doulas will snap a few photos here and there, and once baby is born, we can capture those moments as well, so you don't have to think about a camera. And the number one concern that I hear over and over and over from partners is, am I not enough? Your partner is your biggest fan. They know you best. They have seen you not feel well, can recognize your emotional states, know when you're panicked, and how to comfort you. Your partner is the person you are most comfortable with, who you trust completely with your safety and your feelings at your most vulnerable time. Your partner loves you, and no one else, absolutely no one else, can be there for you like they can. A doula can never do a partner's job. We are there simply to help them help you. And doulas know birth. We can look at your circumstances, both objectively and comparatively, drawing on our training and experience to provide input that is not fear-driven. Having an experienced supporter present establishes normalcy and puts your partner at ease. We are there to remind your partner how to help through each stage of labor, showing them each technique, taking turns so they don't get worn out, letting them know that everything is okay, whispering to them the words of encouragement that you need to hear so they know what to say, and encouraging them as well. So the reason I am most passionate about the relationship between partners and doulas is because your partner has an emotional investment as well. So not only does your partner want what's best for you, but they want a special and even enjoyable experience too. So if your partner is your love or your husband, your significant other, your partner in parenting this baby, then this is also the birth of their child. This baby will only be born once, so it should be an amazing day for all. Your doula recognizes their needs as well and supports them as they give you their all. You can get caught up in the moment because, after all, you were the one in labor, and as a laboring mom, you forget that your partner has all of these emotions, and they are watching you work harder than you have ever worked in your life. So a doula is there for both of you, so you can each experience the day in your own ways. So when your partner asks you, why do you want a doula? You can answer, because you know me best, and a doula knows birth best. And partners and doulas make a great team. So just want to take a quick second and thank all of the Omaha Doulas Association doulas for letting me show them in action in these pictures. And if you want the information to show your